from beyond the grave, my children. Today, the Longbox lets us dip once again into the finest in illustrated horror. I hope you're sitting comfortably, for once again, we gaze into the fetid abyss of creepy.
We're skipping ahead a few issues from last year's Creepy number 9, but the terrors are just as freshly enjoyed. First up is the story of dear Uncle Mangus, an evil old sinner who died after cheating a town out of a lot of its money. And now his poor widow Leona cries over his grave that she shall never know where he hid the money. Until she hears his voice answering back to her anyway. And even their nephew is curious about the money. But don't worry, Uncle Mangus will make sure the family gets their due. Next up is a little story of fishing. Two boys, after having caught a nice juicy catfish, begin to take it home so that their family will have itself a nice meal that isn't beans. However, while passing by a creepy old house, they notice a light in the cellar and decide to investigate, discovering a beautiful, friendly fairy. How sweet! But remember, my children, the best fisherman always knows what bait to use. After a humorous little cartoon about role models, we have a story about local talent. A film crew in the Philippines is trying to shoot a low-budget monster movie, but the actors keep walking off set for one reason or another. The latest was their makeup artist, who takes the monster costume with him. Fortunately, their liaison with the government is more than happy to give them a local star who does his own makeup. And oh my, does he take direction well. Then I encourage you, my children, to get into the spirit of the thing. A great pun if ever I heard one. A shadowy form loudly enters an apartment building and storms his way into a room, creating quite a ruckus and a struggle. When the other tenants investigate, they find a poor man near death who demands that they do not turn on the light, as he tells them a story of mental projection, hypnosis, and a man who stole his body. After another little jaunt with the creepy family, we end with Pack Leader. In the ending days of World War II, an army team has crashed into the side of a snowy mountain with only one survivor named Carmelo. He was looking forward to getting home, even turning in his weapon against the advice of his captain. But the captain was a career military man who kept his sidearm with him. And it is the only thing that is keeping Carmelo alive, as a pack of wolves stalk him, and the bodies of his comrades looking for an easy meal. If only Carmelo could defeat the dark leader of their pack, maybe he could make it back home. Easier said than done.
Creepy number 12 has more stories of gruesome demises to satisfy the macabre tendencies in us all. Who knows? Perhaps someday I will grace the pages of a comic, narrating the same kind of stuff as dear Uncle Creepy.